Let's hear it for our teams in qualifications match number 5. First up, Team 578.
Team number 578 now moving into their 24th season. In first, they represent Bosch and Long, Xerox, Fairport Central School District, and Fairport High School. Out of Fairport, New York, please welcome R-Cubed Red Raider Robotics.
Now we have Team 2228.
First team 2228, founded back in 2007. They represent General Motors, Xerox Corporation, LSI Solutions, Honeyway Falls Lima Senior High School, and Rush Henrietta Senior High School. Out of Honeyway Falls, New York, it's Cougar Tech Robotics.
Rounding out this alliance, we have Team 9996.
A second contender robot here for team number 5406. They represent Bishop Ryan Catholic Secondary School out of Hamilton, Ontario. It's Celtics.
Next, on your Blue Alliance, we've got Team 378.
First team 378, founded back in the year 2000. They represent Malabar Troy Incorporated, GM Components Holdings LLC, Nokia Bell Labs, and Newfane Central Schools. Out of Newfane, New York, please welcome the Circuit Stompers.
And then we've got Team 3799.
First team 3799 moving into their 15th season here. They represent Corning, Carbaugh Tool, a Hardin Group, Notre Dame High School, and they represent Elmira, New York. Please welcome the Electric Fire.
And now it's Team 4930.
Team number 4930. They're the 10th year team representing the Nickel School out of Buffalo. It's the Electric Mayhem.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Qualifications match number 5 here in the autonomous period. Early shots here on both sides. Red Alliance will be the first one to make it out towards midfield. 99-96, the team out of Hamilton, trying to line up their shot here, getting some interference from their teammates. But still an early lead by 10 for the Red Alliance. Drivers take control and we move into teleoperated play. 378 grabbing one right next to their stage, and now lined up against that subwoofer. Not enough power here for that shooter, as they will slowly bring it back down to the carpet floor. And Celtics is first to deliver here, actually second to deliver here to the amp. Looking up high, they are ready to amplify, not locking in co-op here quite yet. 578 tracking down that note in red territory, and now Celtics looking up high. Both alliances lining up these shots. 99-96 hits home, and we'll see what they decide to do here. They decide to hold amplification with just under a minute and a half left in play. 37-99 also looking skyward right by the blue line subwoofer. That one hits home for the 2-point score, and they head back across neutral space to their source for another. Red Alliance here decides to amplify. 578 and 99-96 scrambling to beat the buzzer. Looking up high, another shot from Celtics hits home for 5 points. 1 minute left in play. Red still has the lead here, 42-16. 18 is the threshold for the ranking point. Red needing 7 more for that feat in the final 50 seconds of play. R-Cubed lining up stage left already, trying to secure the stage points here for the Red Alliance. They are swinging on the chain if they can hold it here for the end of the match. 38 left on the clock. 49-30 and 22-28 taking the long way around. 378 shutting down the far lane here for the Red Alliance. Now trying to push their way through. Here comes Cougar Tech and the Electric Mayhem. Final period of play, 37-99. Making their way back over to the subwoofer. They get a last-second score here. Human player rings on a note. Center stage, 49-30, trying to take advantage if they can. 5 seconds to climb up with 3, 2, 1. Time runs out here. Cougar Tech joins their teammates up in the air. And 37-99, the Electric Fire up and swinging on stage. Left your official scores with the end game points included here coming up in just a moment. Scores are official here. And it will go to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win 62-27. Red getting the 2 ranking points here for the win. 48 speaker points here and 5 stage points for both sides. 62-27 the final here in match number 5. Match number 6 coming up next, the end of our first round. 1 or 2 more teams still need to play their first match, and we start seeing teams returning to the field for their second matches of the day. Match number 6 coming up after reset.
All right, here we are coming into qualification match number 6. I'm your MC Nick. Here we are on the field. First up for our Red Alliance, Team 9990.
Welcome back to the field, the team out of Nickel School from Buffalo. It's the Electric Mayhem.
And in the middle on our red station, it's 191.
First team 191, the original and sustaining team all the way from 1992 here in Rochester. They represent Xerox, ESL Federal Credit Union, Rochester City School District, and Joseph C. Wilson Magnet High School. They're the 2-time Hall of Fame team from right here in Rochester, the X-Cats.
And rounding out our Red Alliance, it's 1507.
First team 1507, they're the Warlocks, representing Lockport, New York.
Heading on over to our Blue Alliance, first up, 1511.
Welcome back, Rolling Thunder from Penfield High School.
And next up for Blue, 1585.
Representing Red Jacket High School out of Shortsville, New York, it's Skidabore Robotics.
And rounding out our Blue Alliance, 1405.
From the Charles Finney School out of Penfield, it's the Finney Falcons.
All right, drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Qualification match number 6 here. A quick 3 shots from the Blue Alliance surrounding that subwoofer. 191, the lone machine heading out towards midfield. No acquisition here. Their alliance partner is 1507, cleaning up the red wing. Looks like 3 notes here remain in the red wing for acquisition. Similar story over on blue as time runs out and teleoperated period begins. Red does take the 7-point lead here going into teleoperated control. 1507 looking to acquire first here at midfield, and they grab one from the midline, 191. The X-Cats, their alliance partners, looking to pass a few over themselves. And drivers of Penfield, joined by Skidabore. A minute and a half left in play. Red Alliance locked in their co-op, but it looks like with 1:27 on the clock, Blue will not have the opportunity to do so as well. But Blue does tie it up here, 22 all. 7 notes towards the melody ranking point here. Both will need 18 without the co-op bonus, but Red is ready to amplify, and they do. Up and in, 1507. The Warlocks looking for 2. The Blue and Yellow Machine gets 2. They have ammunition. They're going against the clock here, ticking down. Can they make it? Time runs out. And worth 2 points here for the Red Alliance, just under 1 minute left in play. 34-22. After that amplification period ends, Red does push out in front by quite a bit. Blue looking to catch up here with an amp period of their own, but they have no notes towards that amp period yet. 43 seconds on the clock. A pileup in the blue source zone, 1585 and 1511 trying to acquire here. Some notes available, but 1511 having some issues trying to acquire. Drivers trying to get a clear line of sight to pick up. Red Alliance, meanwhile, trying to extend their lead. The X-Cats follow the Warlocks up high for 5 points. And time ticks down and ends for the Red Alliance, 53-22. They need 3 more notes for the ranking point. We'll see if they decide to try and get it. 8 seconds to get it done. It looks like they are breaking off and heading for the stage. 5 seconds left. The Warlocks up stage center. 2 seconds in play, and time will expire. 2 blue machines parked underneath on both sides. Rather, 2 blue ones on the blue side and 2 red as well. Official scores coming up in just a moment here for match number 6. Official scores here for match number 6. It goes to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win in the end, 58-24. They came close to the ranking point, but no dice. They still get 2 ranking points here for the win. 44 speaker points helping them push out in front. 58-24 the scoreline here. We are firmly into round number 2 here in Ruckus, as all teams have played at least one match. Match number 7 is coming up here next.
All right, here we go. Qualification match number 7. First up for your Red Alliance, 2340.
Welcome back, the Eccentrics, representing Our Lady of Mercy School for Young Women.
And then in the middle for your Red Alliance, 3003.
Gracious Professionalism Award winners this year at Finger Lakes out of Canandaigua. They are Tanks.
And rounding out our Red Alliance, 2053.
Welcome back, STR. They're the team from Vestal Senior High School.
Heading on over to blue. First up, 1591.
2-time regional winners this past year out of Rochester, New York. It's the Grease Gladiators.
And in the middle, 3181.
Taking home the Tech Valley win with Grease next door. It's the Pittsford Panthers.
And finally for our Blue Alliance, 9406.
Welcome back, the rookies out of Montreal, Tech Junior.
All right, drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Qualifications match number 7. 2053 will be first out to the mid-line. 1591 coming out shortly after. But they will be number 2 and number 3 looking up high for the score. They drill it home from mid-wing for the Blue Alliance. It's close here as scores come in. 19 all. Drivers take control. Both alliances managing to land 3 of those shots in the opening period of play. We've already seen some of the firepower here in our opening period. We'll see what the drivers have in store. Neither alliance have any notes towards the amplification yet. That shot from 2053 missing, and now potentially an issue here for 2053. That shot bouncing off the side as they have one ringed around the robot. 144 on the clock. Blue Alliance have 1 of 2 for the amplification. 1591, the Grease Gladiators delivering the second, and they have plenty of ammunition in the blue wing. Here come the Gladiators, looking up high, 1 for 5. Time ticking down for blue. Grease looking up high for 10. They hit home, joined by 9406. Time will tick down here for the Blue Alliance amplification. Those shots still good for 2 points apiece, and they push out in front 58-26 with 112 on the clock after that amp period comes to a close. Restocking and reloading here. 3003 popping another one up high. 2053 still has that note ringed around. They're going to try and acquire a second one here. And referee throwing that foul for acquisition of 2 game pieces at the same time. It looks like they will continue their strategy with 43 seconds left in play. 85-28. Blue Alliance with the lead quite a bit here in match number 7. They still need 5 more notes if they want to get the Melody ranking point. And a lot of pushing and shoving here at midfield as 2053 heads on the defensive. Trying to shut down this lane here on the far side of the field. Grease Gladiators manage to get through as we reach our final period of play. The stage zones become dangerous for the opponents, and there will have to be some smart driving here on both sides of the field. 12 seconds left in play. Pittsford lining up center stage. Their alliance partners out of Montreal stage right. 6 seconds. Here comes the Red Alliance. Tanks a fast climb for Red. Can Grease get there in time? It looks like no, as time runs out before they are able to leave the carpet. Blue Alliance takes the win here in match number 7, 63-39, the final score line here. 16 penalty points here on the Red Alliance. That certainly helps the Blue Alliance push out in front. 2 ranking points here for the Blue Alliance, that 18 threshold. Proving to be a challenge here at Ruckus. Not a feat that many teams have been able to do quite yet. Still early in the competition. Match number 8 coming up here. being set up on the field as we speak.
All right, let's meet the teams for match number 8. First up for our Red Alliance, it's 378.
Welcome back to the field, the Newfane Circuit Stompers.
In the middle for Red, 3173.
Two-time regional finalists this past year out of McQuaid Jesuit High School, the Igniters.
Rounding out our Red Alliance, 3951.
They're the team from Honeyway, New York, known as Suits.
Heading on over to Blue, it's 4930.
The Electric Mayhem, representing Buffalo, New York.
And in the middle for Blue, 4039.
Ontario provincial finalist this year. Out of Hamilton, Ontario, it's Makeshift Robotics.
And last but not least for Blue, 5406.
Their neighbors from Hamilton, they are Celtics from Bishop Ryan Catholic Secondary School.
Drivers behind the line. In 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Match number 8 here. Both alliances looking up high surrounding that subwoofer. 2 up and in for the Red Alliance. Make that 3 on both sides of the field. The two team from Hamilton switching back and forth here. Makeshift will sink that one before time runs out, and both alliances get up to 5 notes here in the opening period of play. 31-28 the scoreline. Red with the slight lead here. Drivers take control. Action shifts towards the amps here. First, both alliances lock in the co-op bonus. That threshold drops to 15. We'll see if we get some melody ranking points here at match number 8. All 3 red machines deep inside their wing here. 49-30 looking towards the source zone. 49-30 the Electric Mayhem. Trying to get around the defense. They do have red bumpers on, but 49-30 here playing for Team Blue. Blue Alliance is amplified. Time ticking down here. They have about 3 seconds left. Celtics is going to try and hit this home. They miss the timer, hit up high though. That should be good for 2 points. And more importantly, another note here for the ranking point. They are 3 away, the Blue Alliance. 1:18 left on the clock here in match number 8. Red Alliance heading back deep into the wing. 39-51 waiting for the amp note. That one goes in, worth 2 points. Red Alliance is ready to amplify. Blue Alliance looks like they are in the same state as well. 1 minute left in the match. We'll see which team will get up and ready first. 378 maybe having some problems here. They're static in their wing. And a 2v3 here effective for the Blue Alliance. Blue is amplified. Time ticking down here. Red will answer with an amp of their own, keeping it close, 53-48. Blue has the lead, but here comes the Blue Alliance. 36 seconds left in play. Blue Alliance has secured their melody ranking point here. Red looking for 2 more notes. 26 seconds left. Blue gets amplified here. And both teams from Hamilton come screaming back into the Blue Alliance wing. There's one. And 40-39 will decide to go for the stage instead. Lining up on stage left. 12 seconds in the end game here. It is close, 65-52. Red looking for 1 more note for the ranking point. 31-73 trying to take advantage with 3 seconds left. They lose the note. Can they get it in time? The Igniters just barely can't get that note secured. Some great driving on both sides of the field. Close, 65-52 unofficially. It looks like before time ran out, 54-06, lining up on stage right and getting that trap for 5 points. Scores being tallied here by our referee staff, and your official results coming up in just a moment. Scores official here. Coming up on the board, it will go to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win 76-52. And our first 4 ranking point match here at Ruckus, 76 points for the Blue Alliance to 52. 49 speaker points for the Blue Alliance, still an impressive 43 for the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance able to get past the 15-note threshold needed for the melody bonus, and they're in the end game. Team 4039, 5406, and 4930 able to get enough stage points at the end of the game for the ensemble ranking point as well. Our first of the day, hopefully not our last. Qualification match number 9 coming up next.
All right, let's meet the teams for match number 9. Here we are, first Red Alliance 191.
Welcome back, the original Rochester team. It's the X-Cats.
And in the middle for Red, 99-96.
From Bishop Ryan Catholic Secondary School, it's the other half of Celtics.
Rounding out your Red Alliance, 424.
Miami Valley regional winners, it's Rust Belt Robotics.
First up for your Blue Alliance, it's 3015.
Taking home the win at Buckeye, it's Ranger Robotics.
Next up for Blue, 99-93.
Welcome the second half of the Igniters from Rochester.
And last for Blue, 578.
Another one of our Finger Lakes winners this past year, it's R Cubed.
All right, drivers, take a step behind the line in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Qualifications match number 9. A shot up early here for team 3015. They'll head to the midfield first. And joined by the Red Alliance. 3015 hitting these shots home. They'll try and clean up here in the Blue Alliance wing. 1, 2, 3. 2 of the 3 for the Spencerport machine. That will help them push out in front by 3 points here, 29-26. Some great auto routines on both sides of the field. Red still keeping it close. And 1 note remains here at midfield. 424 is the machine for Red, heading back to the amp first. Blue Alliance, that's the job of 3015. Both alliances lock in co-op. The threshold drops to 15, and all of a sudden, both alliances are almost halfway there. 3015 makes another deposit here. Flames active, some impressive autonomous control that we've seen from Spencerport all season long. They'll get another one they need for the amplification. Blue is ready, so is Red. Who will get there first? 32-35, Red pushes out in front with 1.5 minutes on the clock. Here comes the Blue Alliance. 3015 will be the first to strike. 9993 also trying to move into position. 191 trying to get back into their source zone to collect. And it looks like time will run out here on both sides of the field. Both alliances amplified and have run out. Red, as dust settles, comes out with a lead 55-38. 1 minute left in play. 191 for the Red Alliance. They are lined up in their source zone looking for a note from the human player behind driver station lines. They will collect and pass it over to their teammates, bouncing off the stage top. And 9996 lying in wait. Celtics looking to deliver here. They are ready to amplify, and they do so. That should be a 5-point score for Red. Blue already time ticking down here on their amplification. They're trying to bring back the score here. They do so a bit, 67-49. Still some more work here for the Blue Alliance. Red has achieved their melody ranking point. Blue looking for 2 more notes in our final period of play. Celtics looking up high as their human players trying to ring the high note on the microphones. 8 seconds left in play. Blue Alliance looking for 1 more note for the ranking point. They break off and head for the stage. 2 seconds in play, and time expires here in match number 9. Blue did manage to get that. Both alliances will be getting that 1 ranking point at least for the melody. A good strategy to get that co-op bonus, reducing the threshold. Neither alliance would have gotten the ranking point with the 18-note threshold. But we'll see who comes away with the win and 2 more ranking points once our official score is tallied. Scores are in. for match number 9. And it will go to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win 73-58. Once again, we know that Blue will be getting that one Melody ranking point, and Red does take 3 for the Melody and the win. 10 stage points are needed for the Ensemble ranking point. Not enough here, and we've only seen it once so far throughout the entire event. We'll see if we can get that Ensemble ranking point before the end of qualifications. Match number 10 coming up here at Ruckus, coming up right after reset.
All right, here we are, qualification match number 10. We're about a third of the way through our qualification matches. Let's meet the teams. First up for Red, 340.
Finalist down in Pittsburgh this past year out of Churchville, New York. Welcome back, Gurr.
And next up for Red, 68.
They're the team from Hilton known as Cadet Robotics.
And rounding out our Red Alliance, 1559.
It's Devil Tech from Victor Senior High School.
Heading on over to Blue, it's 3799.
Finalists this past year at Finger Lakes from Notre Dame High School, it's the Electric Fire.
In the middle for Blue, 1518.
Raider Robotics out of Palmyra.
And last but not least for Blue, 639.
It's Code Red Robotics from Ithaca High School.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
We're underway here in match number 10. Here in the autonomous period, opening shots from both sides of the field, right up against that subwoofer. Cadet Robotics looking for 2, that one barely falling out. 2 seconds left here in our opening period of play. And Red will push out in front, 1 note here leading the way, 12-9, as drivers take control. All 3 Blue machines going to work here. Team number 340 for the Red Alliance has been bypassed for this match, so 2 robots here in motion for the Red Alliance. First team, 15-18, looking to start the scoring for Blue by the amp. Their Alliance partners will beat them to it with a score up high for an unamplified shot. The Electric Fire out of Elmira is looking to do the same, now lined up next to Code Red. That one, not enough. That will bounce off the subwoofer. Here comes Code Red Robotics out of Ithaca. That shot goes up and over the speaker, moving at just the wrong time there. 1:30 left on the clock. Blue Alliance has one of the 2 notes they need to amplify. It looks like 15-18. Raider Robotics is the amplifying team here for the Blue Alliance. They're moving into position and looking for number 2. They get it done here, and an opportunity for the Blue Alliance. Red continuing the scoring here, unamplified up into the speaker. That one from Cadet Robotics. As Devil Tech looking to acquire deep in their own wing. Blue Alliance is amplified here for the first time in the match. 1 minute left in play, 15-18. Looking skyward, time ticking down for Blue. Can they get it in time? No dice. That one hits off the shield. And they will head back to collect. 50 seconds left. 1 point separates the 2 teams. Red Alliance in the lead here by 1. 15-59 looks like they have acquired a note right next to their teammates. We'll see what they decide to do with it. 36 seconds left in play. Switching places with Cadet. Now up against the subwoofer. Another score here from the Blue Alliance. The 2-point scores swapping this score back and forth. 1 point separates them. 23 seconds left. We'll see if this changes in the end game here. 20 seconds to get it done. That shot bouncing off the April tag for the Blue Alliance. And 13 seconds left to play. Cadet continuing the scoring. A long shot from Devil Tech from deep in the wing. Cadet Robotics breaking off here, going for the stage. 3, 2, 1. Unofficially, Blue took the advantage there in the final seconds of play, 32-28. And we'll see how the end game affects it. Official score is coming up in a moment. Scores are official. Match number 10. It will go to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win here, 35-30, a close 5-point match here. In match number 10, 2 ranking points for the Blue Alliance, and 5 penalty points on the Red Alliance may have made the difference here in match number 10.
Let's meet your teams for qualification match number 11. First up, we have Team 1591.
Welcome back, the Grease Gladiators from Rochester, New York.
And next we have Team 2053.
Out of Vestal, New York, it's STR.
Third on the Red Alliance, we've got 1126.
They're known as Sparks, representing Webster Thomas and Schrader High Schools.
And now, your Blue Alliance, Team 3173.
It's the Igniters from McQuaid Jesuit High School.
Next up, Team 2.
Cougar Tech Robotics. It's Celtex from Hamilton, Ontario.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Match number 11 here. All 3 red machines surrounding that subwoofer. Blue Alliance in a slightly different formation. All 3 of them head out to midfield as well. Some great autonomous routines showing out here in match number 11, already surpassing the 20 mark. 26 for the Red Alliance with 4 notes scored, and 21 for Blue with 3. It is close. Drivers take control. Already Red Alliance with 1 secured in the amp. Same story for Blue. They've both locked in co-op. Last time co-op was locked in, both alliances managed to get the ranking point. We'll see if they can do it again here in match number 11. Blue will be the first to be amplified. 1-2 up for the Blue Alliance. Perhaps one more will be the count. That one in, and a perfect 4 cycle here for the Blue Alliance. They push out in front, but Red keeping it close, 44-39. Not all 4 scored, but it is close for both sides. Blue Alliance looking for 4 more notes for the melody ranking point. Red looking for 5. Both alliances with 1. Now Blue has 2 for the amplification, and the Igniters launch up high. Some good trigger discipline from the Blue Alliance human player as that one bounces wide. Second shot hits home, and Blue Alliance littering the speaker up high. Another 20-point cycle here for the Blue Alliance. 1:09 on the clock. They have surpassed the melody threshold, and they have the lead 68-54. Red Alliance looking for 1 more note here to amplify that shot from STR, hitting off the speaker. And the Sparks machine looking to make it 2. They do so. Blue Alliance resetting their amplification as well. 45 seconds on the clock. Red Alliance amplifies here. 1591 looking to take advantage, getting out of their way of their human player. And that one shooting up in the air, 2053. Unfortunately, a wasted amplification period for the Red Alliance. No shots went in. And Blue Alliance gets away with it here. They amplify once again, trying to extend their lead, 79-57. Red Alliance looking for 1 more note here for the melody ranking point. Blue Alliance breaks off and heading for the stage here in our end game period. Celtex has the trap on stage right. Cougar Tech has 10 seconds, looking to get hooked here on stage left. And a spotlit robot here from the human player. 54.06, that climb. 3 for the robot, 1 for the spotlight, and 5 for the trap. An impressive display there on stage right for the Blue Alliance. 22-28 getting up in the air as well. Should be an easy ensemble for the Blue Alliance, but we'll see what our referees have to say. Scores coming up in just a moment. Scores in here for match number 11. And it goes to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win in the end, 102. Setting the high score here at Ruckus to 63. Red did get that melody ranking point. A good hustle there at the end of the match to make sure they got the 15 they needed to walk away with 1 ranking point. But Blue Alliance taking all 4 for the second time here at Ruckus. 2 for the win, 1 for the melody, and 1 for the ensemble there at the end of match number 11.
All right, let's hear about our teams for qualifications match number 12. First up, we've got Tanks 3003.
Welcome back to the field out of Canandaigua Academy, Tanks.
And their alliance partners, Team 1507.
It's the Warlocks representing Lockport High School.
Next up on the Red Alliance, Team 424.
The family and community team from Buffalo, New York, known as Rust Belt Robotics.
And now for your Blue Alliance, we've got Team 4039.
Out of Hamilton, Ontario, St. Mary Catholic Secondary School, Makeshift Robotics.
Next up, it's Team 9406.
Out of Montreal, Quebec, please welcome back Tech Junior.
And rounding out your Blue Alliance, it's Team 191.
From Joseph C. Wilson Magnet High School, the X-Cats.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Welcome back to the action here in qualification match number 12 here in the autonomous period. It looks like Team 1507's robot was carried off the field prior to the start of this match, so another 2v3 here with advantage to the Blue Alliance. We'll see if Red Alliance can keep it close, pull out an upset, who knows. Blue Alliance does come out in front here in the autonomous period, 34-19. 6 notes scored in the opening period of play. Very impressive auto routines. The Blue Alliance wing is clear of notes. And Makeshift trying to change that as they're heading back to their source, grabbing a note from their human player and popping it over and passing it off to their Alliance partners, 9406. Blue Alliance locking in co-op here early, looking for Red to follow suit. Now they're lining up that amp for amplification. They need one more, and we'll see if they decide to go for it here. Red does lock in co-op. Both alliances drop that threshold of 15 notes for the melody ranking point. Plenty of time with 1.5 minutes in play. Red looking for one more note to amplify. Blue is ready to go. We'll see if they decide to pull the trigger here. The Rainbow Machine out of Hamilton making their way back around. Ready to amplify, looking skywards they do, and they have ammunition in store. Here comes a second from Makeshift, up high for 5 points. Looking for 2 more from the 4039 machine. There's one, 94. Rust Belt, the amping bot here for the Red Alliance. They're delivering the second they need. That one for the 2-point score. As they head back, they are ready to amplify. They're looking for more ammunition from the source first. A collision on the far side. Both alliances crossing paths, ready to score. 9406. Note in hand, looking for the second they need to amplify. And one shot up and in from the 191 X-Cats machine for another 2 points added on to the Blue Alliance lead. Blue pulling away here, and they're amplified. Could be more. 191 trying to acquire that note right up against the subwoofer. They make the turn, but unfortunately, shooter a little too low there. Hits off the side. 71-38. Both alliances achieve melody here. Red Alliance gets the 15 they need. 7 seconds here in our final period of play. Breaking off, heading for the stage. 3 seconds for the ensemble. 9406 will be the lone machine swinging on the chains as time expires. And their alliance partners, Makeshift, hit the buzzer beater. 4-2. Your official scores coming in next for match number 12. Match 12, official results. It goes to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win here, 79-42. 3 ranking points here for the Blue Alliance. Both alliances locking down that melody ranking point. 35 speaker points, for the Red Alliance. 65, an impressive number there for Blue. Action heating up here at Ruckus. Qualifications match number 13 coming up after reset.
Let's hear about our teams for qualifications match number 13. First up on the Red Alliance, we have Team 9994.
I don't think that's 9994. If by 9994 you mean Team 3799, they're the small team with a big impact out of Elmira, New York. It's the Electric Fire. Now we have numbers up there. Welcome back the Electric Fire to the field.
Okay, now I have team numbers. Second on the Red Alliance, we have Team 3181.
They're the team in pink out of Pittsford, New York. It's the Pittsford Panthers.
Oh. They have a flag. Rounding out the Red Alliance, Team 2340.
Back on the field with a robot they call Renaissance. It's the Mercy Eccentrics.
Let's welcome to the field the Blue Alliance, Team 1585.
That's the team from Red Jacket High School, known as Skidmore Robotics.
And their alliance partners, Team 3015.
Back on the field with Cobra, it's Ranger Robotics.
Last but not least on the Blue Alliance, Team 1559.
They are Devil Tech from Victor, New York.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
And this is match number 13. 2 shots up high and in for the Red Alliance early here. 3015 still dialing in this shooter here. They have plenty of ammunition on the blue side of the field. We'll see if their auto can navigate through here. No dice for 3015, but should be quick cleanup here for the Blue Alliance as drivers take control. Red takes the early lead 14-9. 2 notes leading the way here in our opening period of play. 3015 in control here first for the Blue Alliance. There's 1 in for the amp. Trying to acquire a second here and deposit to get ready to amplify. They certainly have the notes on their side of the field. 1559 makes that shot up and in. Another note here. 2 2-pointers here for the Devil Tech machine as they get started on their Melody ranking point. Red Alliance also cleaning up their side of the wing, but Blue Alliance will get amplified here first. 1 shot up and in for 5 points. Devil Tech trying to get around the front side of the stage before time runs out. They hit home for the 10 points. The 10-point cycle there for the Blue Alliance, courtesy of Devil Tech in 3015. And now 1585 joining the party. Skidmore Robotics lined up at the subwoofer. 1:20 left on the clock. 28-16 is the score line. Blue Alliance has about half of the notes that they need for the ranking point. Neither alliance locking in co-op here, so 18 is the number they will have to get to before the end of the match. The Eccentrics making a delivery up high here, unamplified, still good for 2 points. And another note locked in for the Red Alliance. The Pittsford Panthers making a motion now towards the amp, looking to get their amplification cycles started. 1559. Looks like Blue Alliance, similar strategy here. No motion towards the amp. They will continue scoring up high to try and get that ranking point, potentially faster for the Blue Alliance. It looks like that is the strategy at play here. 3015 follows suit, and they are gunning for the ranking point. 3 more they need with 30 seconds left in play. Good awareness here from the Blue Alliance. As they are up, they don't necessarily need the match points, but they do need the ranking point. We're 3 seconds away from the end game period, and it looks like Blue Alliance, with 1 more note, will get there. An impressive feat here without the co-op bonus. 3015 needs to make this delivery, and they do so. They will at least walk away with 1. They're currently in the lead. Could be 3. We'll see what the end game period has in store. 6 seconds left. 1 up and swinging, courtesy of Devil Tech. Here comes Ranger Robotics. They will get parked with their teammates underneath the stage. And a fast climb from the Electric Fire on the red side of the field. Another good 3 points there for Red. Match number 13 is in the books. Your official score coming up in just a quick moment. Score's official here for that last match, and it will go to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win, 51-4. And like we saw, Blue Alliance will take 3 there, 2 for the win, 1 for the Melody ranking point. 39 speaker points there, an impressive number without many of those being amplified throughout the course of that match. All 3 of the teams on the Blue Alliance moving up in the rankings here at Ruckus, and match number 14 coming up next on the field.
Let's hear about your teams for qualifications match number 14. On the Red Alliance, we've got Team 578.
Explore, discover, create. That's the promise of R Cubed.
And next, it's Team 9990.
It's the Electric Mayhem number 2 from Buffalo, New York.
Rounding out your Red Alliance, we've got 639.
Code Red Robotics and the robot they call Red Hot Chillbot.
And now your Blue Alliance, Team 9996.
It's Celtics number 2 from Hamilton, Ontario.
And next, it's 3951.
Welcome back, Suits from Honeoye, New York.
Last but not least, on your Blue Alliance, it's Team 1511.
The thunder just keeps getting louder. It's Rolling Thunder.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Number 14 underway here at Ruckus here in the autonomous period. Early shots on both sides of the field. 3 of those preloaded game pieces going in for the Blue Alliance. Surrounding that subwoofer, 3951. Heading back and grabbing one of the pre-staged ones in the Blue Alliance wing. That will go in. Both alliances getting the 4 notes in the opening period of play. Blue takes a 2-point lead going into driver control here. Midfield untouched as of yet. Red Alliance will disturb that here. 639 and their alliance partners are cubed. Heading to the midfield first. Rolling Thunder will be the third out, but it seems like they may be having drive issues here on the near side of the field. Maybe it's all that painter's tape on the bumpers. 1:46 on the clock. Blue Alliance still with the 2-point lead. 578 lining up here in control for the Red Alliance. They're at the amp on the near side of the field. Neither alliance has locked in co-op here, and they have 2 seconds left to do so. It looks like that will not be completed here for both sides, but 2 shots up and in, unamplified, but still 4 points for the Red Alliance, and that will be enough to push out in front by 4. 2 blue machines in the wing, 1511 and 3951, now joined by Celtics on the far side. Moving slowly here on the blue side of the field. Behind driver lines, you see drivers troubleshooting some of these robot issues. A lot of these teams coming out sporting new drive teams, new drivers, trying to train new people. A great opportunity here at Ruckus. Just under 1 minute left in play. 6 points lead goes to Red Alliance. They have 8 notes out of the 18 they need. It will be a tough feat to get there. 9990 takes the lob shot up and into the speaker. That's good for 2 points, and they'll head back to their source to recollect another shot from 9996 for Blue. Navigating traffic here and heading back to the source for the Blue side as well. 3 seconds here until our final period of play. 578 extending their hooks on the far side of the field. 1511 is parked and happy where they are. Their alliance partners trying to get hooked on stage left. They have 6 seconds to get it done. Looking to pull up here. 3 seconds in play. 578 is maybe off the ground as time expires. Official match will be under review. We'll have your official scores after that. Here come those official results. It will go to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win here 39-29. The 10-point win goes to the Red Alliance, and they will get the 2 ranking points needed for that win. 30 speaker points leading the way here for the Red Alliance. Mixed results across the board here, 578 and 639 moving up slightly in the rankings, and 99-90 moving down, still in the top 6 though for the Red Alliance.
Let's hear about our teams for qualifications match number 15. First up, we have Team 1405.
Welcome back to Finney Falcons, representing Penfield, New York.
Next on your Red Alliance, it's
It's Cadet Robotics.
And last but not least, we have Team 4930.
Welcome the team from Nichols School, the Electric Mayhem.
And now, for your Blue Alliance, we've got Team 1126.
The hardest fun you'll ever have, that's the promise of Sparks.
And up next, it's Team 340.
Back on the field with a robot they call Mushu, it's Greater Rochester Robotics.
And now, Team 378.
Stomping together, it's the new Fane Circuit Stompers.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Match number 15 here in the autonomous period. 340's first priority, heading to the midline here. Making that delivery back into the Blue Alliance wing. Now heading back, trying to pick up some more game pieces here. Still fine-tuning that autonomous control. It is close, 21-16. Red Alliance with one more note here in the opening period of play. They do push out in front. 68-68, shooting on the move. That one bouncing off the back wall, and they will recollect here with another. That one hits home for the 2-point score. And they lock in co-op as well. The threshold drops to 15. Both teams 6 and 5 for the red and blue alliances respectively. Well within reach here with 1:39 on the clock. One shot up and in for the Cadet Robotics machine. 11:26 Sparks making it for blue. Blue Alliance is ready to amplify. They have a fully lit up stack light on their amp. Human player waiting for an opportune moment here to send that amplification. That one bouncing out from the Sparks machine, and some good discipline from the human player, as that would have been 0 points. Trying to recollect here, Sparks looking up high. The lone machine back in the Blue Alliance wing. They hit home, and we are amplified. 5 points for the Blue Alliance. 14:05 coming across the field looking for the source pickup. They decide to steal one from right underneath the nose of the Blue Alliance and allow 68-68 to make the collection from the source. 45 seconds left in play. Red Alliance with the lead 35-26. Both alliances about halfway to the ranking point. They'll have some catch-up work to do if they want to get Melody in time. Moving into position once again is Sparks out of Webster, 11:26. That one bouncing off the shield. 4 seconds until our end game period. Neither alliances working towards amplification at the time, just getting extra notes in here. It is close, 39-28. Could come down to our climbs here in the final period of play. 10 seconds left to go. 68-68 on their way up. Here comes 378 with 3, 2, 1. Time expires here in match number 15. Scores coming up next. Scores official here for match number 15, and it goes to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win, 44-30. 2 ranking points here for the Red Alliance. 27 speaker points here, pushing them out in front. 49-30 stays in 9th place here in the rankings. Their alliance partners moving up at the conclusion of match number 15. Well, folks, team number 3990, they want to know if you think that robotics should be a sport. Team 3990 Tech for Kids, they're out of Montreal, Canada. They're working very hard to make this a reality, which would bring advantages to robotic students all around the world. If you would like to support this initiative, you can swing by the pit admin table, fill out a quick survey, and you will be entered into a giveaway. They're giving out a drone today, so you can be entered in a giveaway, potentially win a drone for sharing your thoughts on if you think robotics should be a sport. So go check them out at Pit Admin. Thank you, Team Tech for Kids.
All right, here we are in qualification match number 16. First up for red, it's 31-81.
Welcome back to Panthers from Pittsford, Sutherland, and Mendon High Schools.
And in the middle for red, 15-18.
They're the Pelmac and Gananda High School Raider Robotics team.
Rounding out your red alliance, 22-28.
Back on the field with the robot they call Robot, it's Cougar Tech.
Heading on over to blue, first up, it's 1507.
Welcome the Warlocks in the robot they call Decibel.
And in the middle for blue, 5406.
They're Celtics from Hamilton, Ontario.
And last but not least for Blue Alliance, 9993.
From McQuaid Jesuit, it's the Igniters.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
We've reached the halfway mark of our qualification rounds here at Ruckus. Match number 16 now underway. Blue Alliance will be the first out to the midline here in the autonomous routines, but 2 coming out from Red. 1 out of 2 of those acquisitions, 22-28 being that team for the Red Alliance, and they will help their alliance partners push out in front 26-14. Drivers take control. 4 notes for the Red Alliance scored in the opening period of play, and an early pass over from the Warlocks machine as they head back to the source to recollect. Both alliances locking in co-op early here. The threshold for Melody dropped to 15. And Robots head to work. 5406 scoring those past notes over from 1507. Now trying to get around the defense of 1518. 1518 maintaining that defensive posture here as they head back into the Red Alliance wing. Blue Alliance ready to amplify. Here comes Celtics up high, ready to amplify, and they do. Looking for another delivery here. That one shot so hard it hits off the back of the speaker. No score here. They're going to try and rebound this before time runs out. 2 more in, and those are amplified. 1 amplified, 1 not amplified. 39 the total score for the Blue Alliance, 29 for Red. They take the 10-point lead with 2 notes needed for the ranking point. The pileup continues on the far side of the field over by the Blue Alliance source. Blue Alliance trying to get around the defense of 3181 and 1518. They're shutting down this far side lane. Despite that, Blue Alliance back in their wing with 1 minute left to play, ready to deliver. Already with a stack light lit up, and they amplify that shot from the Igniter's machine, going in for 5 points. 5406 looking for a delivery before time runs out. It looks like they are troubleshooting an acquisition here. They have a note in there under the bumper intake, but it is not going up into the machine. And drivers are trying to figure out what's going on here. 38 seconds left on the clock. 46-33 is the scoreline, but Blue does have the Melody ranking point. Now 5406 goes on the defense. 22-28 trying to get around. That side blocked off by Celtics as well. 20 seconds coming down onto the clock here. This is our end game period. Stage zones become off limits to the opposing teams. A danger zone for both sides. Red Alliance looks like they're going to get hooked here first. They're on their way up. 8 seconds left to play. Celtics looking stage right, as well as the Warlocks on stage left. They are spotlit too. Time runs out here. 2 robots swinging on the stages for both sides. Get those official scores in just a moment here for match number 16. Referee's going to take a look. Match 16 scores are locked in. Coming up on the board, it will go to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win here, 72-40. 3 ranking points here for the Blue Alliance. They get 2 for the win, 1 for the Melody ranking point. Neither alliance got quite the 10 points needed for the ensemble ranking point, although close. Blue was 2 away, Red was 3. 5406 remains your number 1 ranked team here throughout the day. Both of their alliance partners moving up in the rankings as well. 1507 moving up into 14th, and 9993 moving up into 15th place.
Before we get started with match number 17, let's meet the teams. First up for Red, 639.
Welcome back, Code Red Robotics from Ithaca, New York.
And next up, 9996.
They're one of our teams from Hamilton, Ontario. It's Celtics.
Rounding out the Red Alliance, it's 2340.
The Mercy Eccentrics from Brighton, New York.
Heading on over to Blue, first up is 3173.
Welcome back, the Igniters from Rochester.
In middle for Blue, it's 191.
Back on the field with the robot they call Amadeus X, it's the X-Cats.
And last for your Blue Alliance, it's 30:03.
From Canandaigua Academy out of Canandaigua, New York, Tanks.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Moving into match number 17. Alliance is coming out in very different formations. Red surrounding that subwoofer, trying to get those early shots off. Meanwhile, Blue coming out in a very spread formation. Unfortunately, 191 crossing that midline, heading all the way over to their source. And Red Alliance will take the advantage here going into our second period of play. 22-14, 4 notes here for the Red Alliance. As drivers step to the controls, they head to work. And teleoperate begins. 3173, the Igniters in control here for the Blue Alliance. Heading to the amp here first. They make one delivery looking for number 2. They lock in co-op, as does Red. Our threshold drops to 15, and the Alliances are about a third of the way there. 2340, deep in enemy territory. They're looking in their source zone to grab a note from their human player. Blue Alliance amplifies during that time. Another shot up from 191. They have one right at the edge of the Red Alliance source, and they decide to play it safe and stay back from a potential foul. 1:30 left to play. 34-24, Blue Alliance is the 10-point lead. They have 9 of the 15 notes they need for the ranking point. Red slightly behind them on that count as well. 99-96, moving their partners out of the way here. And they're going to try and get into the amp zone and make a delivery here, sticking right on the edge of that amp. Not scored yet, and some fine-tuning from the driver pops it in. Red Alliance ready to amplify and try and cut the deficit here. 2 notes will be all they need to get the 10 points to cut that deficit and maybe take the lead. But Blue Alliance is also amplified. We'll see how this shakes out. 1 note up and in, 5 points for the Red Alliance. Courtesy of the Celtex machine. Here come the Igniters way up and over the speaker. And they will head back to recollect. They find one right by the source of their opponent. So a fast cycle here for Blue. There's one up and in, courtesy of 191. And another shot there from 3173, bouncing out the speaker. 40-37. Red has cut the deficit. 3 points remain. Blue Alliance looking for 3 more notes for the ranking point. Red needing 5. It's going to be tight. 23 seconds left on the clock. And Blue Alliance still locking in those shooters. Red cut the deficit to 1, trying to take the lead in our final period of play. Blue is going to make it tough. They head towards the stage. Here comes Tanks on stage right, looking to get hooked here. 5 seconds left in play. With 3, 2, 1. Tanks swinging on the chains there as time runs out. Blue with the unofficial lead, 52-49, and getting that buzzer beater note for the ranking point. Final scores coming up next here for match number 17. Scores official here for match number 17. Coming up on the board, it will go to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the victory here, 57-51. 3 ranking points here for the Blue Alliance. They did get the Melody ranking point plus the win. The Igniters and the X-Cats remain in position 4 and 3, respectively. And their alliance partner, 3003, moving up into 14th place. Close on the speaker points here, 41 for the Blue Alliance and 37 for Red.
All right, let's meet the teams for match number 18. First up for your Red Alliance, 15-59.
Learn by doing, inspire by leading, and strive for success. That's the promise of Devil Tack.
In the middle for Red, it's 14:05.
Welcome back, the Finney Falcons from the Charles Finney School.
Rounding out your Red Alliance, 39-51.
Back on the field with the robot they call the GOAT. It's Suits from Honeoye.
Heading over to our Blue Alliance, it's 4-4.
Welcome, Rust Belt Robotics. They're the team from Buffalo, New York.
In the middle for Blue, 15-91.
Driving the robot they call Halo. It's the Grease Gladiators.
And last but not least for Blue, 68-68.
From Hilton Robotics.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
And match number 18 here. Robots coming out in similar formations. Grease Gladiators will be the first one to break off and head for midfield. They sink that shot. Heading back for number 2. Red Alliance cleaning up their wing notes. Another shot up and one bouncing in, one bouncing out, somewhere between the 1591 and 424 machines. Blue Alliance does take the slight lead, going into driver control 24 to 19. 4 notes here for the Blue Alliance in the opening period. Blue already with 1 note here in the amp. We'll see if they decide to go co-op or go straight for amplification. No lock here yet. And now they do, looking for red to return the favor if they want to drop that threshold. They do have the 5-point lead with 1:45 on the clock. Blue Alliance navigating traffic here, trying to get back. Here comes Cadet Robotics. They're going to line up at the subwoofer. They have a fully lit up stack light, and they are deciding to wait for that amplification as they are communicating behind driver lines. Now they are amplifying, and 1591 is going to try and get back in time. 1:20 on the clock. No cooperation for either of these alliances, so 18 will be the number. Blue is slightly ahead of red on that count. 10 here. They will need 11, now 7 more for the ranking point with just over 1 minute left in play. And they are once again amplified. 1591 deep in that wing, looking for the shot here, but time is ticking down. And they make the shot for the 5-point score. They maintain their lead now up to 47 to 30. 50 seconds left. Blue looking for 4 more notes for the ranking point. Another pile up on the far side of the field. All 3 blue machines trying to get into their source zone. The Finnish Falcons, the green machine out of Penfield, is on the far side trying to lock down that choke point for the Red Alliance. Slow down the Blue Alliance. 39-51, their alliance partners continue the scoring by that subwoofer. And Devil Tech will break off Hurley here for the stage, maybe making room for a harmony. We have not seen too many harmonies here today, if any. 18 seconds left. Blue with the advantage, and they need 1 more note for the ranking point. They get it here. 59 to 32 with 10 on the clock. 68-68 lining up center stage. Grease Gladiators going stage right. They have 4 seconds. Grease is up. Cadet is up. Devil Tech is going to be close. 39-51's bumper is very close to Devil Tech right now. We'll get your official results from the referees in just a moment. Scores official for that last match, and it goes to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win here, 65 to 34. 3 ranking points here for the Blue Alliance. They did get the Melody ranking point before time ran out. 2 for the win. 39 speaker points, helping them push out in front here. All 3 teams moving up in the rankings. 424 at 1591, moving up into the top 8 here at Ruckus. Match number 19 coming up next.
All right, heading into match number 19. First up for your Red Alliance, it's 99-93.
Welcome back, the Igniters from Rochester, New York.
Next up for Red, 37-99.
Back on the field with a robot they call Kirby, it's Electric Fire.
And rounding out your Red Alliance, it's 40-39.
One of our great teams from Hamilton, Ontario, Makeshift Robotics.
Heading on over to Blue, it's 49-30.
It's the Electric Mayhem from Nichols School.
In the middle for Blue, it's 20-53.
It's STR, Southern Tier Robotics, and their robot Bruin.
And finishing up for your Blue Alliance, 99-90.
It's the other half of the Electric Mayhem representing Buffalo, New York.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 2, 1, crescendo.
Shots up and early here in match number 19. 2 of those from 40-39 on the Red Alliance. Now their teammates getting in on the fun as well. 2053 STR out of Vestal, making it work for the Blue Alliance. From the Rainbow Machine, 40-39 gets 6 here with the help of their teammates as well. 32-16. Red Alliance comes out with a strong lead here in the opening period of play. Already one deposited into that amp, and co-op is engaged on both sides. The threshold is 15. Red Alliance almost halfway there. Blue Alliance looking to disturb things a bit. They are lined up and ready to launch up high. That shot from 99-90. One of the Electric Mayhem machines of the Blue Alliance will hit wide, as does the shot from the Vestal Machine STR. Back at the amp is 2053. That one bouncing off the side. The pileup near the Red Alliance source. 99-90. Shutting down that lane on the far side. Red Alliance, despite the defense, makes it through. They're ready to amplify. That one up and in for 5, 10. 37-99 gets the pass dropped off from 99-93. Trying to make efficient use of time. 3 and 4, can they make it? No dice. 3 and 4 fall to the floor. Still a 10-point cycle here from the Red Alliance. They maintain their lead. 3 notes they need for the Melody ranking point. 1 minute left in play. Blue Alliance's turn to answer back. They amplify that shot. 5 points. 2053 heads back to recollect, and it looks like no other shots coming in from the Blue Alliance here as amplification ends for them, and they will reset at the amp. Red Alliance will beat them to it. They have a fully lit up stack light looking for ammunition here. 40-39 first to make their shot. Once again, 99-93 dropping off 1. They decide to recollect here and take the shot themselves. No, now they're putting it back down. Red has their work cut out for them, but they still get 2 out of the 4 they need. Some good communication here from the Red Alliance. They surpass the ranking point threshold. They'll go home in this match with at least 1. 70-35 is the scoreline. Blue Alliance needs 5 more notes here for the same feat. There's 1 from 2053, but it looks like they may be set and are heading out to the stage, maybe trying to get that ensemble ranking point. 2 robots hanging for the Red Alliance. Looks like 40-39 is going to try and get that trap in place. They do. Another 5 points here. And that should be another ensemble here at the end of match number 19 with that trap coming in clutch for the Red Alliance. Official scores for match number 19 coming up next. Scores in here for match number 19, and it will go to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win 83-42. Another impressive score here, and another 4 ranking point, match 12 stage points here for the Red Alliance, getting them the ensemble ranking point along with the Melody. 40-39 remains in second place here. Both of their alliance partners moving up here in the rankings as we move into match number 20. We're going to continue on with the schedule here. We're scheduled to play through match number 22 before our field takes a lunch break. So we'll play match number 20, 21, and 22, and then the field will break for lunch. And we will reconvene promptly at 12:45 for match number 23. And we'll finish out our qualification matches before alliance selection around 2:30. Match number 20 coming up next.
Heading into qualification match number 20, we are 2/3 of the way through our matches as teams look to lock in their ranking points as we head towards alliance selection. First up, for your Red Alliance, it's 1585.
It's a team from Red Jacket High School known as Skidabore Robotics.
Next up for Red, it's 378.
The Newfane Circuit Stompers.
And rounding out your Red Alliance, 578.
R Cubed from Fairport, New York.
Heading over to Blue, first up, 9406.
From Regina Assumpta College, it's Tech Junior.
Next up for Blue, it's 1126.
Welcome back, Sparks from Webster, New York.
Finishing out our blue alliance, it's 15-18.
It's Raider Robotics driving the robot they call Stronghold.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
We've reached match number 20 here at the Rah Cha Cha Ruckus 2024. Playing crescendo presented by Haas. And that note up and flying over the top of the Blue Alliance speaker. 1126 will reload at midfield, the first out there to do so. Blue will push out in front by a few points, 11-9. Both teams sinking one note here in the opening period of play. Drivers head to work as robots make a break for midfield and quickly try and clear those notes from the center line free-for-all. 1126 with their arm already up. It looks like maybe making a motion towards the amp, or perhaps now lining up right at the subwoofer. We'll see what their drivers decide to do. One more note being delivered here by 9406 Tech Jr. should be what they need to amplify. Shot up from 1126, good for 2 points. They recollect here. Now 2 blue machines surrounding that subwoofer. 1-2 up and in, and amplified for the 10-point score. Blue Alliance pushes out in front as they head back to reload. Red Alliance not locking in co-op here. Blue did get it done, but unfortunately, no motion from Red, and that threshold will stay at 18. A tough point to cross. 26-9, the scoreline. 1:14 on the clock. Blue Alliance moving back across into position. The lone red machine, 1585, in that source zone, looking for more notes. 1126, right at the subwoofer, up and in. Unamplified, but still good for 2. They need 8 more notes for the ranking point. 53 seconds left in play. 578 in control by their amp on the near side of the field. They have a note in hand. That one drops into the guts of their machine. Could be trouble for 578 as they head back across midfield. Blue Alliance amplified, meanwhile, that shot up and in from 9406 for the 5-point score. 15-18, trying to make it 10, and they do. Up high, here comes 1126 with time running out. Amplification ends for Blue. They'll still look for the 2-point score up high, and they get it in and done. 4 more notes for the Blue Alliance. We'll see if they try to get that done before the end of the match. It looks like they will break off and head for the stage. 1126 lined up stage right, 9406 stage left. Looking to harmonize here, 15-18. They have 2 seconds left. It's going to be tough. Time runs out before they can get it done. 2 red machines swinging on the chains, 1585 parked underneath the stage. So we'll see how those scores shake out and get your official results in a moment. Scores are official for that last match. Coming up on the board, it will go to the Blue Alliance. Blue takes the win here, 51-20. 51 points gives them a win. 2 ranking points here. 35 speaker points, pushing them out in front. All 3 teams of the Blue Alliance moving up in the rankings. 9406 eclipses the top 10. And we move into match number 21 here on the field.
Let's get our teams for match number 21 introduced. For the Red Alliance, we have Team 3015.
They're the team that's chasing banners. It's Ranger Robotics.
And up next, it's Team 424.
Back on the field with their robotic clips, it's Rust Belt Robotics.
Rounding out this Red Alliance, it's Team 2228.
It's Cougar Tech Robotics from Honeywell Falls, New York.
And now for your Blue Alliance. First up, it's Team 340.
First team 340, Greater Rochester Robotics. They're the team from Churchville Chi-Li High School.
And it's their alliance partners, Team 1511.
Driving their robot Cacophony, they're Rolling Thunder.
Last but not least, for the Blue Alliance, it's Team 3173.
It's a 15th year team from Rochester, New York. It's the Igniters.
We have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
Match number 21. Early shots up on both sides. Once again, 31-73 and 30-15 meeting here at midfield, and 30-15 managing to snag the first two. Igniters going right down the row and managing to pick up the final note there from midfield. One more here. It looks like 340 may be in position to grab that, and they do. Drivers take control. Red Alliance has the 26-15 lead. 5 notes here in the opening period of play. 4-2-4 and 30-15 deep in the Red Alliance wing. Alliance looking to deliver here. They have a fully lit up stack light for the amplification. 15-11 moving across the field. They have a note in hand. And a pass over from 31-73. That goes out of play. And 4-2-4 snagging up some notes from the Blue Alliance wing, heading back across midfield, reducing the ammunition here for the Blue Alliance and taking some for their own. Blue Alliance is locked in co-op. Red Alliance, no motion yet. We'll see if they decide to do so. And it looks like they may be locked out of that option here. And Blue Alliance amplifies here, trying to cut the deficit with one up. Here comes 340. Another shot up and in. 31-73. Looking to acquire. Running out of time here on the amplification. That shot bounces off the side. 1:10 left on the clock. Red Alliance trying to answer back. They still have the 10-point lead here with over a minute left in play. They are currently in the lead as far as notes going towards that threshold for the Melody ranking point. But with it at 18, it will be a tough feat to accomplish in the final 50 seconds of play. 15-11 taking a defensive posture here, arm up in the air. They're going to try and shut down this lane on the far side of the field, making it harder for the Red Alliance machines to get past. 30-15 managing to head across the front side of the field. 1-2 up for 4-2-4 and 30-15 unamplified, but getting ever closer to that ranking point. They still have the lead 49-36. Blue is amplified, but no blue robots in sight here to take advantage. 31-73 trying to get back in time. No dice as we reach our final period of play here in match number 21. Blue with catch-up work to do. Red with 3 more notes for the ranking point. It looks like they will break off here and head for the stage. 30-15 potentially looking for the trap here. They have 7 seconds left, losing that acquisition. They're just going to head in and park potentially. And they manage to climb before time expires. We'll see if they got off the ground here. Referees will make that call. Neither Alliance managing to get the ranking point. If Red Alliance had done that co-op in time, it would have given them the ranking point. But with the threshold at 18, neither Alliance will go home with that. 51-36 unofficially. And your official scores coming up after review. A short review, your official results coming up on the board. It will go to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win here, a score of 54-38. 2 ranking points here for the win for the Red Alliance. 39 speaker points there. 22-28 remains in 8th place, still picking position here. 30-15 and 4-2-4 moving up in the rankings. 4-2-4 moving up into 5th place here in the Ruckus rankings. Match number 22 coming up next. This is our final match before we take a field lunch break, and we'll return at 12:45 for the remainder of our qualification round.
Let's hear about our teams for match number 22. On the Red Alliance, we have Team 5406.
Currently holding down number 1 here in the rankings out of Hamilton, Ontario, it's Celtics.
And next, we've got Team 2340.
From Brighton, New York, it's the Mercy Eccentrics.
Rounding out this Red Alliance, it's Team 191.
Welcome back to Hall of Fame X-Cats.
And now let's hear about the Blue Alliance. First up, Team 6868.
They're the team from Hilton, New York, known as Cadet Robotics.
And next, Team 9990.
The Electric Mayhem from Buffalo.
And last but not least is Team 3799.
It's the Electric Fire from Elmira, New York.
And we have drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, crescendo.
191 is the first one out towards midfield. This time, staying in neutral space, and this could looks like some sort of winch mechanism. We'll see if they can maintain control here as drivers take control. 14-12. Red Alliance. All three blue machines deep in their own territory now, looking for some score. 68-68 will start it up and in for the 2-point score. Their alliance partners 99-90 lined up as well. No in hand. Looking to deliver. 54-06 fires a shot straight up in the air and back down as they head back to recollect here. They find a note right outside their opponent's source zone. A quick and easy cycle here for Red as they head to the amp. Trying to get another one in, they do so. Looking for one more to start the amp process for the Red Alliance. Lining up Celtics out of Hamilton. They get the second one fast and in. 24-20. Red with the lead here. 1:18 on the clock. Red Alliance starts their amplification cycle here. There's one from Celtics, moving one note out into space. 191, unfortunately, last second maneuver causes that note to go flying out. 1 minute left in play, 29-24. It is close. Red still with a 5-point lead. Melody threshold at 18. Here comes Cadet Robotics, moving into position right against the subwoofer. Bread and butter shot they've been making all morning. They get another one there, trying to steal one now from the jaws of the Red Alliance. They grab one right against the subwoofer. And some good driving here from the 68-68 machine. Already back at the subwoofer, another one up and in. Shot for shot, Cadet making it happen, the team out of Hilton. 5 seconds now until our end game period here in match number 22. Red Alliance looking for 4 more notes. They have the lead, but Blue has been cutting the deficit slowly and surely. 38-32, final minute of play, or final period of play, excuse me. Alliance is starting to move towards the center elements. 8 seconds to go. 68-68 up in the air. Blue Alliance has a spotlight available, but it doesn't look like a team will get there in time. 191 and 68-68. Both swinging on the chain on the near side of the field. 42-34 unofficially, and your official scores for match 22 coming up next. Scores in for match number 22. Coming up on the board, it goes to the Red Alliance. Red takes the win in the end, 46-39. 2 ranking points for the win. Not quite enough to keep 54-06 in first place. They will drop to second. The 191 maintains their rank in third here of the day, and 23-40 moves up into 24th. Well, our morning is complete here at Ruckus 2024. Qualification match number 22 ends our morning of qualification matches. We'll be playing until match number 31 this afternoon before our Alliance selection at 2:30. We'll begin those matches once again at 12:45. If you are in match number 23, make sure you are on the field ready to play at 12:45, and we will finish up our qualification rounds then.